now here's a special one. I'm not gonna necessarily go inside, but Sonic gets his 1 billionth ring and runs into these things called the Ancient Walkers, who let him know that the rings and the Chaos Emeralds are actually related. Somehow. They don't explain how. But Sonic gets a Chaos Ring and loses it. Here we are. Here's episode number 36. This one is special, so we're gonna go inside. There's a preview of this game called Virtua Sonic. Oh, wait, here we are. Alright, let's see if I can get it here. There we are. Virtua Sonic. That is the Sega Saturn is coming up with Virtua Sonic for winter of '96. Look at that. But that, we all know Sonic X-treme Virtua Sonic was not meant to be. So it became Sonic 3D Blast. And I believe that issue 38, yeah, 38 changes the name to 3D Blast. But there is Sonic as he would appear in 32-bit, and Tails as well. I really must say the art direction in these comics is pretty good. Alright, here we go. Here's another one here's the one that changes the name of Virtua Sonic 2 Sonic 3D. It doesn't say 3D Blast, it just says 3D. So here we are. Find it. Virtua Sonic will now be called Sonic 3D, and it will be for the Genesis. Perfect. It was for the Genesis. It also came out on the Saturn, as promised. But people were slightly disappointed by that. And here's the one I showed you guys in the beginning. Sonic the Hedgehog, Mecha Madness, starts here. So this one's really special. I'm going to go through because this has some really good art direction on the inside. So Sonic wants to roboticize himself, but leave some sort of chip in his head that would allow him to maintain his free will. But everybody says no, and Sonic gives up and goes to the gym to blow off some steam, as he said. But he gets ambushed by Knack the Weasel, who appears in Sonic Triple Trouble. So Knack takes him to Robotnik, who proceeds to roboticize Sonic. And there we are. Mecha Sonic. So now here's where some of the really good art direction comes in. That they really did a great job drawing Mecha Sonic. So now Mecha Sonic is going to go attack his friends because he has no free will anymore. Of course, it will be resolved in an issue that Tommy doesn't have, which is a little sad, but he's going to get it eventually. As you can see, the bunny is forced to attack Sonic until Knuckles can arrive. Here we are. Robotnik is controlling Sonic directly. And all Sally, Antoine, and Rotor can do is just watch. A full page. Here we are. Knuckles has arrived. So now Sonic and Knuckles are going to fight, or Mecha Sonic and Knuckles are going to fight. But Sonic is able to strike down Knuckles with some sort of energy vision thing. And the plot is going to be resolved in the Mecha Madness issue. Special thing. And of course, Knuckles becomes roboticized and beats up Sonic, and they de-roboticize themselves and everything's good from there. It's just an epic battle. Apparently they nuke Robotropolis, which is where Eggman lives. So that was that must have been a really interesting special. I believe here's an advertisement for it. Mecha Madness Special. It's a special longer comic with lots of cool stuff in it. Anyway, there's Virtua Sonic again. And that's it for the comics. I have to say, I'd really like to thank the Muffins Band for letting me borrow these. Now, one other thing I'd like to mention that I forgot to mention earlier at the beginning of the video is that because of all these cartoon things, I was watching some funny stuff on YouTube, and I ran into an abridged series of this one anime, and I decided it was so funny I would go and watch the actual thing, and I really enjoyed the actual anime itself. Unfortunately, there was only one season, and it was produced from October to December of last year. So who knows if there will be a season 2. But I prefer to leave you all in the dark and make you guess at what it really is. It was, as I told you, it's relatively new, and there was a clue actually in the beginning of the video. Right after the intro, there was a clue. You'd have to have seen it to know, though. Okay, well, on to the next part. Alright, as I mentioned earlier, I went to Harry Potter World on opening day, which was this Friday. I want to say it was, what, the 18th? I'm not quite sure. But anyway, I went to Harry Potter World. We had to wait 4 hours in line to get into the area, and then we waited like 15 minutes to get on the ride. Mostly because we used single rider, but that's okay. It was a really great ride. I mean, imagine everything you've seen and read in Harry Potter compressed into 4 minutes. It was kind of one of those rides where there was like a screen in front of you, but you moved in this. There was like a projector that moved the screen along with you, and there was also some animatronic stuff in there as well. But I managed to snag myself some pumpkin juice. Now, what this thing tastes like is, imagine a piece of pumpkin pie as a drink. It sounds disgusting, but it's actually really good. So this is some good juice. It was pretty expensive though, at $6.25. Oh well. Unfortunately, I didn't get to have any butterbeer though, because there was an hour-long line for butterbeer. So I didn't get to have any. But I did hear it was very good. Now, I'm not much for the pictures, but I believe my sister got some pictures of us at Harry Potter World, so I'm probably going to put up a couple of those. If not, then I might just put up a random picture or two. One more thing, which is, here is Virtua Sonic, or Sonic 3D Blast, as I showed you all earlier. 2 versions of it, the Genesis version, which was promised in the comic book, and the Saturn version, which was also promised in the comic book. Now, I was thinking of my next review of doing a comparison between the two and a review of the game overall, because it's the same game, just different music, and slightly different graphics on the Saturn version. There's a few things added. Or I could do something else completely different and random. Now, one thing you should know is that I'm going to be sending off these 2 NES games. Twin Cobra, which is a shooter, and Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf. That's a really not that fun of a game, but it's a good condition. Anyway, here's that Twin Cobra game. It was, it's okay. I'm not very good at these games, but if you'd like to see a review of it, I'm going to be sending it off probably soon. So if you want to see it, this is your last chance. Or you could always suggest something completely random, and of course I would be appreciative of suggestions. Alright, well, that is it, and I would like to thank you all for watching my videos, and I would also like to thank you all for your continued support of my channel, and it's just great to know that you all actually care about what I do here. Alright, well, this is the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching, everybody.